Was folding hippo smashers. Welcome back to Monkeyboy's Toys and welcome back to the sofa. Now don't get too comfortable as we're soon going to be changing location because I want to show you something, but the real estate on the sofa is insufficient for the purpose. So I'd like to invite you all to accompany me up into the bedroom. But first we must establish some ground rules. So number one, please do not touch anything. Remember, these are my things, not yours. Number two, behave yourself. Just because you've been invited into the bedroom does not mean you're at liberty to get fresh with me. No means no. Number three, if you hear muffled screams, do not be alarmed. It's just a cheap and aging hooker that I keep bound and gagged in my wardrobe. Best 25 quid I've ever spent. I'm really getting my money's worth out of that one. And number four, most importantly, have fun. So before I escort you into the boudoir, I'd just like to say that if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And do share the video with any other hippo smashers you may know. And do stick around until the end of the video to find out how you can take part in an exciting new interactive element. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video now and drag you kicking and screaming up to the bedroom. So see you in a mo. Going up the stairs. So here we are. We're now in the bedroom. Before I went any further, I just wanted to give a shout out to my friend Lewis, who recently gifted me this amazing M.A.S.K annual from 1986. It was a really thoughtful gift and I really love it. So thanks for that, Lewis. That's awesome. And without further ado, let's move on to the main event, which is my amazing M.A.S.K collection. Now this isn't a complete M.A.S.K collection, this isn't all of the vehicles, but it's all the ones that I really wanted. I'm not too fussed about the rest of them. So I thought what we'd do is have a quick whistle-stop tour of all the vehicles and let's just see what a fully grown man decided to spend his hard-earned money on. So we'll start down here with the Condor with Brad Turner. This is a lovely green plastic toy, and this was the entry-level vehicle for most people back in the 80s. I think a lot of the guys that I went to school with had this vehicle. It was very popular. Yeah, most of us had this one. So this is Condor and Brad Turner. And moving along, we've got the Thunderhawk vehicle with Matt Tracker, the leader of M.A.S.K, the Mobile Armoured Strike Command, in the driving seat there with his seatbelt on, safety first. So yeah, this was one of the more iconic vehicles from the cartoon series. Matt Tracker was always driving this or flying this. So yeah, there's the Thunderhawk. That's the next vehicle in the first series. Now we're moving on here. Now this is the flagship vehicle for the line. This is the amazing Rhino vehicle with Matt Tracker and Bruce Sato driving and co-driving, or co-driving, piloting, driving, yeah. So yeah, this is the Rhino, a lovely burgundy plastic toy. This was one of the more expensive ones, obviously, in the line. But again, this was one that a lot of my friends did have, because it was the must-have vehicle, really. If you were into M.A.S.K, you really wanted Rhino. So there's the Rhino. Moving on to the next vehicle here, we've got the Gator with Dusty Hayes driving. It was sort of a mid-range vehicle, mid-price. So yeah, some orange plastic there. Enjoy that for a moment or two. And moving on. In fact, if we go back here, we'll stick with the good guys. Back here we've got the Firecracker vehicle with Hondo McLean in the driver's seat. This was one of the more expensive vehicles. Quite a lot to it. It had a motorcycle on the back. It had various accessories that fired off or whatever, and yeah, it was a good vehicle. This did used to be called NIGHTSTALKER, interestingly, but then they didn't have the license for the name NIGHTSTALKER. That was I think that was held by Mattel. I could be wrong, I can't quite remember, but anyway, so that's the NIGHTSTALKER, aka Firecracker. And then moving this way, we've got another iconic vehicle. This was in the cartoon series a lot. This is the Jackhammer vehicle, driven by Cliff Dagger. You can just see his arm there. So that was another really popular vehicle when I was a child. This was one I always wanted as a child, but I never had it. So I'm pleased to have one now. So there's some medium-sized vehicle cast in black plastic for your consideration. And then moving down this way, we've got the Piranha vehicle. Again, this was one of the entry-level vehicles in the line. This was obviously from the bad guys team, if you will, the Venom bunch of guys, the vicious evil network of mayhem. So this was an interesting vehicle, the Piranha. So some purple plastic for your perusal. And moving on to one of the best vehicles in the series, and it's the final vehicle in series 1, and that's the Switchblade with Miles Mayhem in the cockpit there. Fantastic. I had this, I was gifted this by my parents one Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, it was stolen from me many years later when I was in hospital. So I'm pleased to have one back in the collection again now. Really happy to have that. So that pretty much concludes series 1 of the vehicles, and then we'll move on to series 2. We'll just start here, might as well. This is the Hurricane. Really colourful vehicle. Nice turquoise plastic there for your delight. This was driven by Hondo McLean, and yeah, this is my childhood one. I kept it in really good condition. So it is one of the few M.A.S.K vehicles to actually survive my childhood, and yeah, so there's the Hurricane. And then we'll move along this way to what I think is probably my favourite M.A.S.K vehicle, or it certainly was when I was younger, and that's the it's the Raven. It's the Raven vehicle, which is fantastic, driven by Colleen Burns. I don't know if we can see him in there, but he is in there. Really loved this. I mean, this was not only one of my favourite, well, probably my favourite M.A.S.K toy, but it was one of my favourite toys, full stop. I absolutely loved Raven. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened to my childhood one though, unfortunately. This is one I've bought subsequently, but anyway, there's Raven. Some black plastic for your utter joy. And then we're moving along here to Firefly, driven by Julio Lopez. Very colourful little vehicle. It's got a nice transformation. Looks really good in the attack mode. Yeah, just an all-round good little vehicle, really. So yeah, there's that one. Some orange plastic for you. Enjoy. And then we're moving on this way. We've got the Slingshot camper van. This was another one of my favourites when I was a child, mainly because the driver slash pilot, Ace Riker, had a lovely sheepskin coat, which I did enjoy as a child. I thought he looked pretty cool. All of the other M.A.S.K agents had quite sort of fancy, snazzy outfits, sort of quite futuristic looking, some of them. And Ace Riker just had a sheepskin bomber jacket, which I thought was very cool. So yeah, there's Slingshot. And moving along, we've got this big bad boy here, and this is Outlaw. This was Venom's answer to Rhino. This is my most recent acquisition, and this probably signalled the end of my M.A.S.K collecting for now. But I'm really happy to have the Outlaw in the collection. It's a lovely vehicle. Got a stonking great cannon on the inside, and it's driven by Miles Mayhem and Nash Gory. So that's the Outlaw. And then if we move along this way, we've got another entry-level vehicle, I guess. This was the entry-level vehicle for Series 2, and that was the Vampire motorcycle, ridden by Floyd Malloy. This is my childhood one. This is another one that managed to survive all through the years. The only thing I had to replace was one of the bombs, which had got lost. But aside from that, this is my childhood vampire vehicle. So some red plastic there for your utter delight. And then finally for Series 2, we've got the Stinger, driven by Bruno Shepherd. A very orange vehicle. I was never a fan of the colour of this vehicle particularly, but it had a reasonably good transformation, and some nice accessories. So yeah, there's the Stinger. Enjoy that for a moment. And we're moving on now to the racing series. We'll start off with my least favourite of the racing series, which is the least favourite of the ones I own, which is Buzzard here. I mean, it's okay. I don't dislike it, but it's my least favourite of the racing series that I own. I only own I think 6 of the racing series, and yeah, so that's Buzzard. That's driven by Miles Mayhem and Maximus Mayhem, his brother. So yeah, that's I guess it's an Indy car or an F1 car, racing car. So nice purple plastic for you. Enjoy that for a second. And we're moving on to Manta, one of my favourite vehicles. Absolutely brilliant vehicle, really. It's got a very simple but very satisfying transformation. It looks excellent in attack mode, and that's driven by Vanessa Warfield. And yeah, the Manta, nice bright purple plastic, yummy. And then we'll move on to another of the cheaper vehicles. This one is IGUANA, and it's driven by Lester Sludge. This is a little quad bike, and that's about all there is to say about that, really. Yeah, cheap and cheerful. And then we're moving on to this bad boy here, which is the Goliath, or as I like to call it, the Goliath. So yes, the Goliath, driven the Goliath 1 here, driven by Matt Tracker, and Goliath 2, the truck in here, driven by Nevada Rushmore. Yeah, a really stonking vehicle. It's got some nice sort of transformations in both of the vehicle parts. It looks pretty cool, and it's a bit of a beast. So yeah, there's that. A nice blue plastic toy. And then we're moving on to one of my favourite vehicles, just because it's so heavy and meaty, is the Bulldog vehicle, also known as Bulldoze in the UK and in Europe. I never thought that Bulldoze was a particularly good name for it, because it doesn't look anything like a bulldozer. So yeah, I thought Bulldog was a more appropriate name for this vehicle. Driven by Boris Bushkin, we can just about see him in there. So yeah, not the brightest of vehicles. It's sort of a, I don't know, what is that, a powder blue, or sort of, let's call it shitty blue. But yeah, there's the Bulldog. And then moving on to another excellent vehicle, which is the Wildcat. It's got a really nice projectile firing feature. It's a really nice vehicle, lots of chrome, looks really nice. This one's driven by Buddy Hawks. This was Buddy Hawks' first vehicle. It took him 3 series of toys to get his own vehicle, rather than sharing the Hurricane and the Firecracker with Hondo. So yeah, a lovely red pickup truck. Pickup truck? Do I mean pickup truck? A lovely red truck. Tow truck. That's what it is. But yeah, the Wildcat. There it is. And then last but almost least, we're going to end on a low note with the only vehicle I own from the Split Second series. This one being driven by the clone of Bruce Sato. This is the Dynamo vehicle. Again, one of the cheaper vehicles, but it's the only one that I own from the Split Second series, because I really wasn't a fan of most of those vehicles, to be honest. I just happened to be able to pick this one up cheaply, so I decided to have it. But I could take it or leave it, really. It's not amazing. So yeah, so that is my mask collection on my bed, because it's the biggest area I have in my house to be able to put all these out to show you. I simply don't have room to swing a cat in my place, so I've had to utilise my bed to put all these on. But yeah, there's my mask collection. I have reviewed some of these already on the channel. I've reviewed, well, to a certain extent. I've done a very quick review of Condor. I've done a very quick review of Vampire. I've also done reviews of Thunderhawk and Jackhammer and Hurricane. But yeah, I will eventually get round to reviewing all of these other ones, and more about that in a moment. But that's about it for here. Let's head downstairs and I'll join you back on the sofa. See you in a second. Going down the stairs. So, if you're still with me, here we are, back at the sofa again. Thanks for sticking with it. Now, because I've got so many M.A.S.K vehicles that I've yet to review, and because I can't decide which one to do next, I've decided to enlist your help. So what I've done is I've got a hat here, a nice ferny designed hat, into which I have placed the names of all the M.A.S.K vehicles I have yet to review. So what I thought I would do is draw the names of, let's say, 3 vehicles out of the hat, and then if you want to comment below which one of the 3 you'd like to see me review next, I'll attempt to do that. If there is an equal amount of votes for all of them, or for 2 of them, or whatever, I will probably flip a coin to decide which one to do. But yeah, if you'd like to leave a comment as to which one you'd like me to review next, that would be great. So without further ado, let's grab one out of here and let's see what the first choice is going to be. Wildcat. So that's the first option. Let's grab another one. Okay, we've got this one. Oh, we've got 2 there, so we'll just take the top one. IGUANA. Okay, and a third one. Let's go for this one. Let's have a look what we've got. Firecracker. I see. So we've got Wildcat. We've got IGUANA, and we've got Firecracker. So let me know in the comments down below which one of those 3 you'd like to see me review next, and I'll attempt to do that at my earliest possible convenience. But yeah, all that remains really is for me to ask you again, if you like the video, to please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with anyone that you feel may be interested. Do subscribe to the channel. I only need another 4 subscribers and then I can get a custom URL for the channel, which would be nice. So yeah, do share the video to any other hippo smashers you may know, and perhaps they would be so kind as to sub to the channel as well. So yeah, leave a comment and let me know which one of the 3 vehicles you want me to review next, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video. But for now, I'm going to make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here. So see you later. Bye.